Can you read this one?
In order to expand its mailing list for email advertising, the outdoor sports company has been offering its customers financial incentives if they provide the email address of their friends. All right, makes sense, yeah. However, offering such incentives is an unethical business practice because it encourages people to exploit their personal relationships for profit, which risks damaging the integrity of those relationships. So, I mean, basically what they're saying is that the only reason offering such is an unethical business practice because it encourages people to exploit their personal relationships for profit. I don't know if that's what they're doing in this case, like, because they're not getting the profit from this. Oh, no, they are, get financial incentives. But does that mean that they damage the integrity of those relationships just because they...
That's what they're telling us. So we have to take premises as true. So apparently, well, we're assuming that encouraging people to exploit their relationships for profits is a bad thing. Like maybe it's fine, but I guess damaging integrity of relationships is unethical. I don't know.
So the flaw here is that, I mean, the unethical behavior. Okay, I'm just, yeah.
Like, so what, yeah, the flaw here is like, what does exploiting personal relationships for profit or damaging integrity of relationships have anything to do with being unethical?
All
right, what kind of question is this?
Strengthen?
Yep. So what kind of principle would strengthen the fact that offering such incentives is unethical? What could we say?
Well, that a principle that says that whenever you damage the integrity of a relationship or exploit a relationship, then that is unethical.
Perfect.
A is unethical for people to exploit their personal relationships for profit if in doing so they risk damaging the integrity of those relationships. I like that.
I like that one too.
If it would be unethical to use information that was gathered in a particular way, then it's unethical to gather that. No, it doesn't really talk about that.
Oh, wait. It would be unethical. Wait, our thing is offering such incentives is unethical business practice. So A is telling us that it's unethical for people to do this. But is it unethical for the business to actually offer it? Because we're trying to say it's an unethical business practice, not that the people. So B is saying it would be unethical to use information that was gathered in a particular way. If it would be unethical to use information that was gathered in a particular way, then it is unethical to gather that information in the first place. But we don't know if it was unethical to use it. So yeah, I don't like A, B. Okay.
Okay. It is an unethical business practice for a company to deliberately damage the integrity of its customers' personal relationships in any way. I don't think they're deliberately doing it though. Well, yeah, they are. I guess they're encouraging. Doesn't really mean deliberately. But in any way, that I don't like it, but that's what I chose. D says it is unethical to encourage people to engage in behavior that would damage the integrity of their personal relationships. Well, that's good too.
Yeah, I like that one better, but let's go on to E.
Providing a friend's personal information to a company in exchange for a financial reward will almost certainly damage the integrity of one's personal relationship with that friend. Now.
All right, so which one would you go with here?
I'd go with D.
Okay. Yeah, so A is wrong because this is just telling us like why the people themselves, it's unethical for them to do it. It's not actually telling us why it's an unethical business practice. And then between C and D, they themselves are not damaging the personal relationships. They're just encouraging people to exploit their personal relationships, which in turn might damage it, but they themselves aren't deliberating the personal relationships.
Yep.
Where then E says it's unethical to encourage people, which I like how this is way more encompassing.
Yep. I agree.